This is shaping up for a great week to be a Bronco. I'm sure many of you yesterday saw on social media the photos of 9 of the players reuniting at the airport. Another one, Ryan Straczynski, flew in from Philadelphia. But those 9, you could see the excitement on their faces. And we at the NHL and the NHLPA are excited to host them this week, both here and at the NHL Draft in Dallas. It will be a week to honor these 10 players, their coaches, their teammates, the support staff, everybody in the Humboldt community. And we thank you very much that you can be here to join us. We would like to recognize as well Air Canada, which flew the players here to Las Vegas, and the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Las Vegas, which is putting them up to stay. Thank you very much for your help, your generosity in making this day possible. We are going to announce something special in Humboldt during the summer, a way for the NHL and the NHLPA to help out the players and also help the community. And to introduce that, we'd like to invite up to the stage from the NHL, the Director of Social Engagement, Andrew Ferentz, and from the NHLPA, one of the divisional representatives, Chris Campoli. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thanks, Elliot.
All right, so tell us about August 24th.
Yeah, thanks, Elliot. Well, we're excited. We, at the NHL, we had an outpouring of support from teams, and I know talking almost daily with the NHLPA, the outpouring of players wanting to do something positive, for the Humboldt community. So we've been working directly with the Broncos and the NHLPA and the players involved to hold an event on August 24th. It'll be multifaceted. We have obviously a Cup winner, recently Cup winner Chandler Stephenson, who unheard of. Usually, before you win the Cup, you don't even say the word Stanley Cup. But he actually, at the start of playoffs, told a lot of people about how he wanted to take the Cup to Humboldt if he won. He's a Saskatoon native, and so I was cheering for him, obviously for that reason alone. And lo and behold, he won, and Chandler's going to have a day in Humboldt with the Cup on August 24th, which will go hand in hand with our event where we're going to have some NHL players come into the town of Humboldt and have an on-ice component as well with the Broncos players for next season. I know the Humboldt Broncos are organizing next year's season, so we hope to kick off a new year of Broncos hockey with the NHL and NHLPA.
Chris?
Yeah, and just piggybacking off what Andrew said, players like Chandler Stephenson and Braden Shen specifically, we've had several others reach out looking to support any way they can, and they're excited and to do so. So many of them have been touched by this. We've lived this life. We've spent those hours on buses, developed those relationships with teammates, and you have that understanding, so it really hits home. And then, what do we do in the hockey community? We come together, and that's what our guys are going to do.
All right, now, it should be noted that between the two of you, Andrew and Chris, between the regular season and the playoffs, they played a combined 1,467 games. You guys have almost 400 points combined. So since there is an on-ice component, will both of you be putting on the skates to show these guys what you can still do?
Well, we're looking more towards a skills competition, which I don't think I'm probably not the best representative of the league in that one, but it'll be fun. I think what Chris and I were probably both really good at is hanging out in the locker room and sharing stories. So maybe we'll be in the locker room and
Speak
I think
for yourself.
I think really at the end of the day, when especially in talking with the Broncos, talking with the PA and the players, that's what it's all about. Getting the guys in the locker room with the NHL guys, and just sharing a space. That's where we're most comfortable is sharing stories, telling stories, having a laugh, supporting each other, and really just kind of being together. So I'm really looking forward to it. Getting everybody on the ice together, but almost more so, like I said, in the locker room to share stories and be there for each other.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so August 24th is the big day, and as Chris said, Braden Shen is the NHLer of the St. Louis Blues, who's making a big effort to get NHL players out there, and Chandler Stephenson's going to take the Stanley Cup there on his day from the Washington Capitals. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Elliot.
it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you the Humboldt Broncos. Gentlemen, please come up to the stage. Okay, so we should mention that Bryce Fisk was a member of the team who's on the trip. He could not be here today. Bryce was the leading scorer among defensemen on the Broncos last year, and he's committed. He's going to play university hockey next year at the University of Ottawa, Ontario Institute of Technology. So we wanted to recognize Bryce too. Derek Patter is the first player we'll talk to right here. Derek, you have a bit of an announcement that you're going to be making today.
Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that I plan on returning to play for the Broncos next year. I'm really excited for the opportunity. It's just to help the community and help the whole hockey community just get better through this whole tragedy.
Derek, you were traded before last season to Humboldt. What did you like so much about the organization that you wanted to return?
It was just a class act. Everything was top notch. It was everything about the community, everybody involved just made it so feel like home. It was my second home, and it'll have a place in my heart. Thank
you very much. Congratulations on your return, Derek. Great luck next season. Okay, sitting next to Derek, that's Xavier LaBelle. Xavier, by the way, is going to be graduating high school in a couple of weeks, and it's a pretty impressive achievement. Xavier was in rehab and hospital until recently, but he kept up with his studies, and he's going to graduate on time. Congratulations, Xavier. Next to him is Braden Cameroon. Braden he was the fifth leading scorer on the Broncos last season. He's also considering a return to the team next year. Good luck, Braden. Caleb Dahlgren. Caleb is going to York University next year. He's committed to play hockey at York. York was also where Mark Cross, the assistant coach on the Humboldt team, played his university hockey. So there is a connection to York where Caleb's going. Caleb also runs a charity. You may have seen a photo online of him with Hall of Famer Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark is a diabetic, as Caleb is, and Caleb runs a charity called Dahlgren's Diabetes, I think it's called. You invite kids to games. Great work, Caleb, and we'll see you at York University. Just going to step down here as we introduce Grayson Coleman and Grayson Cameron, excuse me, Grayson. And Grayson, you are trading your skates for a suit. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm going to be assistant coach for my old midget AAA team in Red Deer.
Mm-hmm. And how are you looking forward to going into coaching?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It was a great opportunity when my former coaches asked me, and yeah, I just can't wait.
Well, good luck. I'm sure you'll be a great coach. Thank you very much for your time, Grayson. We have Matthew Gomersik is on the far end over there on the right. Matthew, by the way, was in Winnipeg when they won Game 5 of their first-round series against the Minnesota Wild. That was the first time that's just the third time in franchise history that Winnipeg had advanced past the first round of the playoffs. So, Matthew, you were great luck for them on that night. Tyler Smith is right next to Matthew. Tyler is looking forward to maybe continuing his hockey career, depending on how his finger heals. You know, before I was asking Tyler about some of his favorite memories on the team, and one of the things he talked about was not about himself, but a teammate blocking 8 shots in a row on the penalty kill. Tyler was a guy who played on the penalty kill, and he loved watching his teammate do that, talking about the selflessness of these great players. Right here, we mentioned he came in from Philadelphia. Ryan Stresnitsky, you're going back to Philadelphia, Ryan, I understand, and I heard you met with Ron Hextall and Barry Hanrahan from the Philadelphia Flyers, and they're going to be taking you to their training center next week, and you'll get a chance to see how the Flyers do things. Good luck and enjoy. And I'm just going to step down to the front of the podium as I introduce the goaltender, Jacob Wasserman. And Jacob was visited in hospital a couple of weeks ago by Rick Hansen. Now, for those of you who don't know who Rick Hansen is, he ran the Man in Motion Tour about 30 years ago, and he raised over $25 million in an attempt to show the spirit of people with disabilities and to raise awareness. And I'm just curious, Jacob, what advice did Rick give you?
He just told me to live my life the same way I was before. There's no limitations in the world as long as I don't put them on myself. He was a big inspiration to me and helped me get past the hard parts of accepting having a disability.
All right, and I understand that you're thinking about maybe a career in sledge hockey too, correct?
yeah, definitely can't get out of hockey. I've been in it my whole life, and looking forward to hopefully playing sledge hockey someday.
All right, thank you very much, Jacob. And there's a goalie, by the way, who played for Canada. His name was Paul Rosen. He was in sledge hockey. He won 4 gold medals, and he's looking forward to seeing you breaking that record and pick up 5, Jacob. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, so those are the Humboldt Broncos here today, and we hope you guys have a great trip. We're looking forward to seeing you guys around. Hope you enjoy everything Las Vegas has to offer and have a great time both here and in Dallas. A couple of the players will be available for scrums just over on the side over there. But before we do that, we wanted to recognize there's a couple other members of the Broncos organization that are here in the crowd. There's Blake Berjaminski and Regan Poncelet. We wanted to mention them over there. They're in the Humboldt jerseys right there. And there's also a number of players, parents, support staff, friends, family, elsewhere. They're here as well enjoying Las Vegas. We hope you guys have a great trip. We thank you very much for coming. Remember, August 24th in Humboldt, everybody. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope you get a chance to meet and speak to a couple of these players because they all have great stories to tell. Thank you very much, everyone.